Foiling. Brief little introduction here. This is me at about 40 hours of foiling this past summer. What am I doing there? A little knee warm up. Getting ready to launch my 14-meter Airrush Lithium self-launch. I'm tied off to the fence post. It's kind of a big kite for foiling, but I'm a big guy and I don't really know what I'm doing that well yet, so you need that extra power. At the very beginning, I was starting out with a 17-meter, which is a huge kite, and I'm good enough now that that's way too big for me. It's too hard to control. But so now, I usually use a 14-meter. If the wind's blowing enough to keep my 14-meter up, I'm good. And I'm not trying to really do this in any kind of heavy wind, so it's always light wind. So basically, I'm always on that 14-meter when I'm foiling. On my foilboard, I picked up back in May of this year. Saw it on Craigslist, $300. Can't pass up a $300 foilboard. These things go for thousands of dollars. Of course, they're a little nicer than what I got now, but you know, this FoilFish. Aren't you about ready to see that FoilFish liquid force? That was top of the line 5 years ago. So you know, that's me. Only 5 years late. So the worst part of this is carrying the damn thing, and then you got to go out in that deep water. And where I launch, that's a bit of a walk. And then once you get out there, you got to figure out how to do the launch. Actually, this is a great deal I got on Craigslist, because not only does it have the full-size mast, which I've worked my way up to eventually. Now I'm on that 3-foot mast. It had the littler mast. It basically was another mast that somebody had cut in sections. So that's the 36-inch section, and I have a 21-inch and a 15-inch. And I started off, of course, with the 15, then with the 21, and with the 36. It was a very painful process. There was a lot of cussing involved in learning how to do this. But this is about where I'm at after 40 hours. And I'm still not much better than this now. I haven't been foiling in a while. But you see, you know, I can get it going. Getting up on the foil is hard. This is also a light day. I'm a heavy guy. I don't have the skill set yet. But I was getting up. I get up on the foil. And I go back down on the foil. I don't know how to do transitions or jibes or anything yet. I'm just working on my straightaways. And that's how I do my turns basically. After I've fallen off or sunk in the water, I swim back and then go the other direction. The hardest part, starting out with the little mast, made it easier. I could get little rides on. You're not getting much foil riding, but you learn to control the board. But man, the hardest part was learning how to water start, because that board does not want to do what you want it to do. You've got a 3-foot pendulum hanging underneath there, so you think you can just manhandle this board like a surfboard. It looks just like my surfboard, but it doesn't behave like my surfboard because it's got an anchor or a pendulum swinging underneath of it. You got to, of course, kick the board sideways to get your feet on it. I'm only using the foot hook. There was a strap on there. I hate straps, but I got to have a foot hook or I can't do anything. But you got to tilt the board to you, right? And if you notice, I did it side saddle, and then I take it downwind of me, because where I'm at anyway, there's a current in the water. So wherever the direction the wind's going, basically there's a current going in the same direction. And that board does not want to tip up for you to put your feet on. It will stay flat on the water. And you're going to have a hard time getting up on that board as a beginner. So what I learned to do is keep it to the side, then turn the board. I'm not fighting the current, the undercurrent. Then I get my foot hooked under there, and if I can get enough of a dive going, that's the tricky part too on a light day. Trying to get 220 pounds moving on that board. I'll eventually get it, and once you get that going, you've already got the assist of the wing under the water. It's kind of helping you along. And then once you get a little stability, I'm learning I've got to the point where I can pop up. This was a light day though, so it was hard to keep it above the water. I did eventually, but you see the video is kind of deceptive. It looks kind of flat out there, but you can see the swells. There's a little wave action there. These aren't huge waves or huge swells, but it's enough that you gotta make some adjustments, and every once in a while you catch a big one and you can't correct your spacing fast enough, and you'll see me slap the top of a wave. Right there, I'm not blowing on a breathalyzer. That's my hydration pack. It's nice having fresh water. I don't know why every kite surfer doesn't have one of these things. Anyone that goes out for any length of time. I'll be out there for 2 hours at a time. I would not want to do it without water. Because, I mean, you get thirsty in the summertime, it gets hot. And I tend to drink a lot of salt water too, so not on purpose. You also see I got the flotation, or kind of like an impact vest. I don't know what it is. Somebody gave it to me, but it's very helpful. It does give you some flotation. And not much impact protection. I've caught the wings of this thing on my side. And that's why you need the flotation, because you're going to spend a lot of time in the drink.